Hello, my name is Chaplain Colonel Khalid Shabazz, and this is a information brief. For those of you who don't know, I'm a imam for the Muslim soldiers. My job is to inform commanders, advise commanders, and recommend to commanders and leaders. And this is a time I get to do that. I have been doing this brief on Facebook for about 5 to 6 years for friends of the DOD, soldiers, leaders that I've came up in the Army with. It is an innovative means to ensure that leaders get the correct information about Ramadan and how to help their soldiers. And so I have provided the memo that I write every year to give to commanders, but this is a more expedient way to get it to all of your troops by maybe putting it on your Facebook page and disseminating it in that manner. You know, the Ramadan period is a 30-day period, no food, no water for your Muslim soldier. That comes with a lot of responsibility, not only for the Muslim soldier, but for the leader. What I would ask leaders to do is to do a buddy check on your soldier. Even though we're doing social distancing and your Muslim soldier may not be at work because he's not or she's not essential personnel, what a great thing it would mean to them for their leader to check in on them to see how they're doing. It's not about what you believe in, it's about you believing in that soldier. So the purpose of the memo that I send out every year is to care for the soldier. It is the soldier's responsibility to keep themselves in shape. We know PT is an individual responsibility, but inside that responsibility, they have no food and no water. So it should be incumbent upon you to check on them. Commanders and leaders, you can also grant a liberal leave policy, even though the soldier hadn't been at work maybe for the last month or month and a half. It is your option to grant a liberal leave policy for the 29 days from 23 April to 23 May, just as a course of action for those soldiers. It's a very spiritual time for Muslim soldiers. We believe that it is the month where the Holy Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, and all who is in this month spend it fasting. So it's a time of reunification. It's a time of recalibrating yourself to God. And I think at any measure, it would make your soldier a better soldier. Okay. Thirdly, we have at the end of the month it's called Eid al-Fitr, which is a celebration of those people who completed the fast. Right. It is a time where we give our children gifts. We give our mates gifts. It is akin to some of the other traditions in the Jewish tradition or the Christian tradition, where at the end of a certain period or the beginning of a certain period, say for instance Christmas, we give gifts in celebration. And so that time too is a very special time for us. So it's a 3-day period. So you can grant a liberal leave period for that 3 days. So your soldier can celebrate with his family, your soldier can celebrate with his friends on the completion of Ramadan. I advise the chaplains to educate your commander. Part of our job is to advise our commanders. Sit down with your commander, if only for 2 minutes, to provide him or her with this memorandum to ensure that they are adequately read on what the guidance for Muslim soldiers. It is their decision. It is their religious program. As chaplains and religious affairs specialists, we are just to assist with that. But make them aware of the dates. Make them aware of their responsibility in the sense of caring for that soldier. I can tell you a story here. When I was in First Corps, my commander saw that, obviously I was fasting and I wasn't as exuberant as I usually am. But he wasn't aware of Ramadan, really. He heard about it before, but I explained it to him And he said, Chaplain, is there anything that I can do for you? I said, yes, sir. It's something that you could do for me, just taking in consideration. I say those young soldiers down there don't believe that you care about them, right? They don't believe that they're really a part of the team. What you could do for me, if you could find it in your heart, in your time, I know you're very busy, to come down to the mosque and visit with our soldiers during this special time for us. He said, Chaplain, absolutely, I would do that. He came down to the mosque, and I tell you, it wasn't a dry eye in the building. He just shook hands, took a couple of pictures, and he left. But what an opportunity for leaders. What an opportunity for you to show your soldiers that you care about them. It's not about what you believe. It's about you believing in your soldiers. That leader that day showed what leadership was all about. He was the first commander in my 18 years that took the time to say, these soldiers need my leadership. And he did that, and those soldiers will be changed forever. So I wanted to give you that information. If you need me to contact me, put my number there on the bottom. I put my email on the bottom. I'd be glad to do a virtual briefing about Ramadan on Zoom or any other internet option that you'd like. My job is to make myself accessible to you, and that's what I plan to do. May God bless you, and may he keep you, and may he give you courage to lead in these perilous times. Woo! May the peace and blessings of God be upon you.